Okay, so this is another opportunity. And before we look at these numbers, I want to talk about the power behind these numbers. Because if you just look at these numbers on screen, you could easily lose sight of the power of it. So before we look at the numbers, I'm going to discuss a few features of those numbers. And when you understand the features, then you will see the power behind the number. Feature number one is with this opportunity, there is no time limit. Given that businesses typically operate during the day, if you got word at 9 a.m. during the day that knew you were no longer employed, you would be able to do this opportunity that you see here at 10 o'clock, 1 hour later. Let's say, well, with news like that, you're not likely to sleep like a baby, right? So you'd probably be up at 10 o'clock, maybe going through the Craigslist or, I don't know, Indeed.com, Monster, seeing what opportunities are out there. You likely wouldn't be sleeping like a baby. So you could do this opportunity at 10 p.m. The dollars that you see here are round the clock. There is no time limit, okay? That's power feature number one. You can do it at any time. You're not limited to business hours, okay? So there's no time limit. Power feature number two is income limit. I understand that, I don't know the exact number, but from my understanding, Amazon makes a certain amount every second of the day. Now, whether that number is 30, whether it's 10, who cares what it is? Round the clock, Amazon, every second, they're generating income. Because the dollars that you see here is internet, online money, these numbers are limited only by you. Do you get that power feature? So don't look at these numbers and say, I can only do this because, or I will not do this because I'm not content with this dollar. This dollar is dependent on you. All of this was basically an experiment for me just to see what is possible using this type of opportunity, okay? So we talked about two huge pluses for this opportunity. One, turn it on when you want. It's a matter of turning on a button on your phone. This income or some income can be coming to you round the clock. Power feature number two is it's limitless. Don't look at these numbers. It depends on you. So that's huge, right? Power feature number three is what you see here is just one company. There are many. So if with this one company you push a button and you can gain any kind of income, what can you make if you had several different? And then this is basically cam work on cam. If you had several different cameras set up in front of your face, what could you be doing per hour, per minute, per day? Don't get lost in these numbers. Look at the power behind the number and use your imagination and think about what your number could be. This was playing around for me just to see what can happen, okay? Now, if you've gotten the power behind the numbers, now we'll start to look at numbers. What this screen shows is a payout. Down here you see total hours broadcast. So I was broadcasting for 3 hours. I gave 3 hours of my life, okay, to doing this. And what I earned total was what is that, 33.60? I don't know, that's what, about $10 an hour? Here's the disappointing column. Yep, that's what I brought home. What is that, $9? Okay, so for 3 hours, this is what my actual take-home pay. I've found that with these companies, what they take out is huge. You can see like 50%, 27%, okay? What they take out is huge. There's nothing I can do about that. You just have to ask the question. For 3 hours, you could have been watching TV. You could have been outside kicking a ball. You could have been playing a video game. What all three of those things have in common is none of them are making money, okay? None of them are making a dime. This is 3 hours that, the way I see it, I perform just as much of a service as any person who works at McDonald's hamburgers that passed a double cheeseburger out of the window. Or entertainment, a movie, okay? Any person who may have put on a movie and watched it for 3 hours, they themselves lost that time. But if I provided a entertainment for 3 hours and all of these individuals out there, they were just throwing me comments, saying what I look like, or they admire this, or you're this, or you're that. It was really, be honest with you, it was kind of fun. All these people from Minnesota, Texas, Pennsylvania, just comment me, making you really want to perform more. But it just depends on you. If I performed a service for those 3 hours and all of those people got just as much entertainment as if they watched a movie, in the meantime, I didn't do it for free. I gained anything, money that I would not have had if I didn't do this, then I have to ask the question, why would a person not have this in your pocket? You don't ever have to do any of it, but why not have it? If it's as simple as pushing a button and now you're on and people will give you dollars, that's real American money, okay? And keep in mind, I'm just throwing all this out, guys. This is me. This is a male. What can that number be with a female? How about putting a 1 in front of that 3, okay? 130 for this 3 hours. Experience is just shown me. Anytime a woman is involved in doing anything performance-wise, her number is always going to be larger than a man. It's just period. It doesn't matter what the man looks like. So what would this number be for a woman, for a female? I hope you all are getting the power behind the numbers and not getting lost in this. This is play around joke. I don't do this anymore, but it's in my pocketbook, okay? And that's the point. It's in the pocketbook. So if a person is ready to throw out all the reasons, all the excuses why they can't do this, I say take a look at this. Look at that picture, okay? When you look at this picture, are any of these young ladies 18? Look at those faces, okay? Especially this one over in the corner. I don't know, she could be in 40s, 50s. So they're not 16. And I chose this picture specifically to shoot down all the excuses that I know are coming. Are all these women, are they skinny? No, they ain't skinny, okay? Let's see, when you look at this picture, is it clear that only one race is the preferred one? When you look at this picture, is any one race that they stick out and say they are the preferred one? I see a general makeup here across the board. Let's see, what about nudity? Are they just wide, everything showing, revealed, nothing to be left to guess? Is there any nudity here? Would anyone look at this and consider it porn? You see what I'm saying? I'm shooting the excuses down so that if a person says I can't or I can't do this or I won't, well, that's your answer. You won't. That's the answer. It's not that you can't. The answer is that you won't. And we need to be honest. We need to be real. Because if you get that phone call at 9 a.m. for whatever reason, they say we no longer need you, and you still need to eat, you still need to put food in your stomach, you still need to do something to keep that roof over your head, which means you're in do anything mode, perhaps having this ain't going to be such a bad thing. You don't have to do it, but to have it in your drawer is a good thing. I don't do it anymore, but to have it is a good thing. So what I liked about this is I've found that, I'm thankful that when I experimented with this, I landed on this company because you can see everything is just so easy. From day one, I noticed how easy everything was laid out. If I click on any one of these blue links here, it'll take me to something else. Let's see, up here it says shows, 271 shows. VODs, I know what that is. Look, gifts. So people gave me gifts in the form of I received 65 gifts. The value was $6.50. That was my net payment. It shows me clearly the breakdown rate. Look, the license fee rate. So you're required to broadcast for 20 hours and you get 50%. That's their rate. You can see the more you broadcast or the more you bring in, they take less and less, 35%, 30%, 20%. So the more you do it, the less they take out. I guess that's like your incentive. So anyway, if you find anything that I've said or shown to you to be of any curiosity, get with me. I'll show you this company, because after I came back and I decided I want to play around a little bit more, it was very difficult for me to find this company for some reason. Even though, in my opinion, from what I've seen, this is like one of the better companies to work with. But I'll get you started with this company. I'll show you how to find other companies. We'll talk about tips on ways to really maximize this. Don't just do this. We'll talk about ways to do other things that can increase this, the dollars. That's what that's what we're looking at, okay? Remember those power features. Time limit. You can do this 24 hours a day. If you are up and you're awake, you could be doing this any time of the day. No income limit. Don't look at these numbers. Look at these numbers and put a 1 in front of it. Put a 2 in front of it. Okay? Put a 3 in front of it. It depends on you. Huge benefits. And power feature number 3 is this is just one company. What can it be if you had multiple cameras in front of you? Okay? There's no law against that. If you had multiple cameras, what could you be making? So I just thought I'd throw that out there. I have so many opportunities. I really forget about some of them, and this one popped into my mind. So as huge as it could be, I'm just glad I remembered to include it. And as always, peace, success, and no AI concerns for you. Have a good day. Bye-bye.